Yo, what up, everybody? We're gonna be doing a Zac guide, just purely a Zac guide. We're not, gonna go too over like jungle specifics. If you guys want like a jungle specific guide, definitely let me know down in the comments. But yeah, this is purely just Zac strats, tips, tricks, etc. For just from my low elo dumbass. But yeah, we're gonna keep it pretty simple, straightforward. First, we're gonna go over the abilities. So overall, like, we got Cell Division. It's gonna be Zac's passives, pretty much his bread and butter. Basically every time he uses an ability, we're gonna be shedding chunks of goo, guys. All right, so what this goo does, every time you step over it, you're getting that healing back. So this is very crucial. You need to make sure you're pathing towards your blobs. So when you're fighting people, oh, boom. Oh, my blob's over here. I'm fighting. Okay? You need a path towards that. Even when you're clearing, whatever, make sure you're picking up most of your blobs. Sometimes it's not beneficial to pick them up, but majority of the time, you're going to be needing to step over your blobs. The enemy can step over that blob and destroy it, so keep that in mind as well. But it's very crucial that you keep walking on your blobs to keep your healing up and yourself fully healed. So yeah, and also upon dying, so we'll get split into 4 blobs. All these are killable by enemies. They'll regroup and reform. As you get higher level, they actually do go faster, and you revive a little quicker. So right here, revive 10 to 50% health based on surviving bloblets health. So the more health that the blobs survive with, the more health you'll spawn back in with. So if the enemies end up not killing any of the blobs or focus on your team or whatever, that's good for you. You'll get back with more health. And also that passive does have a 300-second cooldown. All right, his Q is basically he's gonna be stretching his arm out. So he stretches his arm out. It's a nice little. It's a very pretty long skill shot. I mean, people don't really realize how far it is. Yeah, I mean, you're reaching pretty far. But on top of that, on top of it doing that extra range, you get another attack. So I hit the scuttle, boom. They pretty much get slammed into each other, okay? So I do this, I hit this other dummy, boom. Then they're both taking more damage. Very good. Sometimes you want to just keep the slow. Hit something, boom. Like say there's a dash. You hit the Q, wait for the dash. Exactly as they're about to dash, you cancel their dash. It goes on cooldown. And they get pulled right back. Very, very good move. Don't underestimate it. There's so many things you can do with this. So many different tips we'll go over. But yeah, that's what that Q does. Pretty much like a very useful skill. All right, we're gonna go with W now. W is literally very simple. It's AoE. You hit it, boom. People all around you in this area, you can see with the blue, will be getting hit. So this is very good AoE ability. Also, we'll turn this off for a second. As you step on a blob, that is getting cooled down. Step on a blob, cool down. Step on a blob, now we're getting cooldowns. So on top of your blobs healing you, it's also resetting your W. So you want to make sure you're always trying to step on your blobs if it's beneficial towards you. Like, don't just step on your blob, say if it's under tower. I mean, that's obvious, but almost always make sure you're stepping on your blobs. Always path towards them. All right, but that's basically it for your W. It costs 4% of your current health. All these are costing your health. He has no mana, So keep that in mind. So on your blobs heal you, but your abilities are costing you health. All right, so now we go with pretty much Zac. Literally, what Zac is made for is W. Okay, so his W is basically just a charge up, knock up. This is what you're going to be maxing as Zac. This is the ability you want to put points into. Do not put points into W. Do not put points into Q. A majority of the time, you're going to want to put points into E. It does a great amount of damage. But the main thing is that. So people won't see that coming. If they don't have vision on you, your E is like very hard to dodge. Okay, so you know you're coming out of vision. Stand back here. You know they have little time to react to that. Obviously they could still dodge it, but the chances of them dodging, them not knowing you're coming, is very, very low. So it makes them very good in low elo, mid elo, higher elo, not so much. But and as you rank your E up, you're getting more and more and more and more range. Now we're going max range. We're able to hit this. We're able to hit walls over here. I mean, think about all these opportunities for ganks. You have this wall. So you know you have a champion right here. Oh, he's under towered. Boom, I set up a gank. You know, I mean, there's so many different spots. You E from here to tower. You can E from, you know, right here, from Raptors. I mean, there's so many different spots to gank from with Zac E. It is literally why he's actually a really good champion. Like, just overall, his E is what really makes him. Being able to utilize it properly is what will make you a good Zac player. Knowing the prime spots to gank, and also if they have vision on you. If they have vision on you, it's so easy to just dodge and counter you or hit you out of your E or whatever, you know. So yeah, knowing where you can launch yourself, make sure you max your E. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with E. Another little good combo I like to do, if you know, with Q, is following up with a Q, boom, into a E. You can do this into a E, into a Q. You know what I'm saying? These are different couple methods. Usually that's going to be your prime, the Q into the E, but you also Q E into the, like that. I mean, there's a couple ways you can do it. That's majority. But and then obviously that whole time you're gonna be spamming W. You don't stop spamming W. You keep hitting W key. W keys, you're gonna be mashing, bro. So yeah, that's E. Always max it. Always max it, guys. Need that extra range. The extra range helps a ton. But all right, let's go with Zac's. Also, his E will spawn an extra chunk for each enemy hit. So if you're hitting like 3 or 4 people, you're getting, boom. Well, it'd be 2 because it counts as champions. So the more you hit, the more blobs you're getting. So if you hit 5 people, you're getting 5 blobs, resets, everything. Okay? Now we're going with your R. Your R is also incredible ability. All right, it bounces 4 times for each, you know, champion hit. They'll get knocked up, and then you'll do damage and slow them, and you'll also get a 50% movement speed buff over time. And you can cast your E while in this ult. Okay, it's very important. You need to be mashing your E. Okay, we'll go ahead. Boom. Notice both champions got the knock up, right? Okay, that's very important to understand. You're not gonna get an extra knock. You get one knock up per champ. He gets knocked up one time, boom. Then I come over here, he gets knocked up too. No, it's all, they'll always get knocked up, but they only will get knocked up once, okay? And then they're also gonna be getting slowed. Bring these two back together. So really, basically, your big combo is gonna be Q to E into ult. Okay, that's your bread and butter combo. That is literally everything you need to know. I mean, you can. There's obviously some variants. You can Q into ult. You don't always have to do that combo, but like that is like your combo. It's like boom into ult. This whole time you're spamming W, okay? So just think about Zac like just coming out of nowhere. Here's this little champion. Oh, knocked up, knocked up again. And then while they're, you know, your laner's following up with you. So make Zac holy shit. Make Zac an incredible ganker, okay? He has literally 3 knockups, okay? 3 freaking knockups. So overall, he's gonna be great in team fights, great for ganking. Early on, Zac is very bad. You can't get early ganks off. It's usually best to full clear to go for the mid to late game where Zac is thriving, okay? You can't pull off early ganks, mostly when you have your at least a level 3. Level 2 ganks, I mean, you know, you can still do it. I'm not saying it's not possible. If you see an opportunity, obviously take it. But you just gotta understand, if you're holding yourself from getting into the mid to late game, and you don't want that, because that's where people are going to beat you. They're gonna beat you early game as Zac. If they get capitalized early game and you can't get a good foothold back as a Zac player, you're probably not gonna win, especially if you're playing tank Zac. So that's another thing too to think about. I usually go. I have played tank Zac quite a bit, but I prefer in solo queue to go more AP Zac with building off tank. Well, more like some AP and tankiness, but tank Zac requires your team to do a lot more and actually do their job. If you play more AP Zac, you're able to actually carry a lot more, obviously, because you're playing damage. So I mean, as Zac, you can output a lot of damage. And I mean, I've done games with 60k damage, 70k damage, 40k damage, games where I went 20-1, 18-0. I mean, these are things you can do as Zac. As AP Zac, you build, you know, you're gonna be building. One thing is Dark Seal. It's really good. You get crazy stacks on that. You get that stacked up. I mean, you're sitting pretty. Get Liandry's. Liandry's is really good. You could also go for Hextech Rocket Belt. It's not terrible either with Zac. There's a lot of AP items that will work with him. I would just avoid trying to get anything that has, I mean, even Riftmaker is good because you get Omnivamp and you get 2% of your bonus health as ability power. Sometimes I'll build this if I'm feeling real frisky and I want less like tankiness, so I'll build that. So usually I go, right now we'll talk about builds and stuff. Usually I'll go, so as Zac, your first thing, you're gonna be wanting to always usually go with, I mean, probably 90% of the time, I would say maybe even 95% of the time going this. Let's go back to base. Go back to base. All right. So yeah, you're gonna be wanting to buy that. Your next back, your first back, you're always, almost always, no, always. Your first back, you want Bombing Cinder. Always. First back, you need to have Bombing Cinder. If you don't buy Bombing Cinder, you're not doing something right. You need to be having Bombing Cinder. That's why I'm saying full clear. If you full clear, you will have, and you get a scuttle. You full clear, get a scuttle. You immediately back. You will have enough for bombings. If you don't have scuttle, you probably wait 10 seconds or so, and you'd have bombings. So you go that, and then you'd go Sunfire Aegis if they have AD heavy comp. If they do not have an AD heavy comp, you're going Hollow's Radiance. Okay, with 4 MR. It's a very good item as well. On top of that, these 3 boots right here. If you need more tenacity for CC, go with Merc Treads. If you need the, like Master Yi or something's on their team. Plated. If you're winning and you feel confident, you're gonna, the extra CDR in fights is gonna help. Get Boots of Lucidity. So go Boots of Lucidity. Next item, if at some point, maybe even a little bit after bombing, you can get yourself a Dark Seal. Get some stacks on it. Maybe you get a couple kills here and there, get a couple stacks. I mean, that's gonna help you out with a little bit of damage. And then right after I do complete my Hollow's Radiance, I'm mostly rushing into like Haunting Geist. I'll buy that, or if I don't have enough, I'll just buy the Faded Ash and then into Liandry's, okay? So then once I get Liandry's, now I'm looking into Thornmail or Spirit, or if not, like Thornmail, you can go, I mean, I wouldn't recommend Force of Nature too much, but you can even go Force of Nature, but I like Spirit Visage just because the heals and shields on you is increased by 25%. So what that means with Zac is you're going to be healing a lot more when you pick up your blobs, which is huge for you. It's very, very huge. So think about that if you need more MR. And also Randu and Zoman if they have a lot more crit on their team. Yasuo, Caitlyn, stuff like that. Okay. I wouldn't know. I mean, this is not too bad for a tank item as well. Abyssal Mask. Enemies will take more magic damage. Like I said, I mean, this is all subjective to the game and comp you're up against, and some stuff will work and stuff won't, but definitely be a little consistent with how you're building. Okay. So let's say I go, then MR, let's go with that. Then by the time I'm like, I have 10 stacks on my shit, you're going into Mejai's, getting 20 stacks. Don't lose these stacks. Stacks are important. You have 25 stacks, don't die. Keep them, kill people, utilize them. Okay. You fuck up, you're not getting stacks, you're not getting kills, you sell that shit, okay? And you build towards your next item, which will be, whatever. I need Thornmail. They have healing on their team. I need Thornmail. Boom. That's what that's what pretty much your full build is gonna look like. Can you even sell that? You can't sell that now. Like I said, your build's subjective. And yeah, I mean, you go full tank build, you would probably more or less look like into Bami. Let's say Sunfire. I mean, you could even go. Where is it? Oh, they don't have it anymore. I was gonna say Radiant Virtue, but they don't have it. So yeah, it would go Bami. One of these. You would obviously go that. You go spirit. You know, you'd even out. If they don't have any MR, you don't go spirit. Just go straight there. You know, depending on, like I said, I would recommend building and if you're solo queuing, definitely recommending at least getting some AP on Zac, at least one item. You know, it really does help a lot, and I mean you're dealing a lot. You're actually getting involved in fights and getting good fights. You will put out a lot of damage, trust me. But yeah, you just build tank items. I mean, it's not hard to just build tank Zac. You just gotta see what their top is. Let's see. Other than that, I mean, tank Zac's not bad, like I said. You're just depending on your team to do the damage, and he's very good for peeling, keeping people off your ADC. As I said, he's got 3 knockups. Very good team fighter. I mean, literally can turn a whole. If you win a team fight, you get a good Ian ult combo. You win a team fight. That could be end game right there. Boom. You close the game out like that, and that's what Zac's really good for. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, there is another little. Let's do like there's a couple little tricks you can do with Zac. There are some you can steal with Zac. Just say I'm coming over. Boom. As I'm midair, right? Let that reset again. Come right here. Hit drag. Midair, smited. So, like I said, it's crazy. You know, you want to come over here to Baron, same thing. Come over here. Right over Baron. Smite. Right over Baron. Smite. Oop. A bit more right here. See? And you're getting out into safety. You don't even have to put yourself at risk as Zac to smite steal. This is why Zac's crazy. You can. Oh, I didn't smite. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very, very capable champion. I think that's pretty much the basics. Remember, like, full clear. Like I said, you're gonna be starting a buff. You know, going to Gromp, doing these. You're gonna be saying fuck you to your laners. Make sure you say, hey, I'm full clearing, man. Let me full clear. Play safe early. Remember, champions that invade you early on, they're gonna be a problem. Those are the like Lilia, or like Kane. Like anybody who just wants to be in your jungle and steer your camps early on, especially, they're gonna be a very big issue for you. Your team needs to come in and help you collapse on them. You know, keep them out of your jungle. You need that farm. You need to get to mid to late game, or you will be literally useless as a jungle with Zac. So, you know, so yeah, full clear. Do all your camps. Boom, 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 boom. Scuttle, Bomby Cinder. I mean, that's pretty much it. We'll go over it real quick over like runes and masteries. But I mean, I would usually just kind of go with like recommended, to be honest, like what people are usually using. So right here, this is what I was using. It's Aftershock. So you're gonna be going Aftershock, Font of Life, Conditioning, Revitalize. It's good for your healing. So when you're picking up blobs. Into Precision Tree, Triumph, Legend, Haste for your ability haste, which is really good on Zac. Another ability haste. adaptive force, and then health scaling. Another one, or there is another page. Not that. All right. So it's gonna be Conqueror, Triumph, Haste as well. Then honestly, any of these will be good, and I'm pretty sure, just depending on the comp. So like if you have people with high, tanks on their team, this cut down will probably be better. You can also go last stand. Everyone's squishies. Or if you're trying to assassinate people. What else? Same thing, Quantum Life. Revitalize. Ability Haste, Adaptive Force, and then health scaling. Okay. So why Conqueror? Because you can get your stacks very early, very quickly with Zac. You're using your W, which is getting reset very quickly. Your E, your Q, putting some autos in. So I mean, to get to 12 stacks is very quick for Zac. I mean, it's very quick. People underestimate it, and also you're healing. Then you start healing for a portion of your damage. So on top of getting your blobs, you're healing with your damage. So I mean, think about his ultimate, his W. I mean, you're constantly hurting people, so you're constantly healing when you have a Conqueror stack active. So usually I do run Conqueror on AP Zac, just because I'm getting more damage and I'm healing a lot more as well. But like I said, the safer route is this is the more standard build for Aftershock, because if you E on somebody, you're more than likely gonna get that that burst magic damage off. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, I think, overall for Zac. Like I said, I'm not a bad Zac player. Mastery is 698. Well, that's just my score, but mastery is 41 with him. Look at my match history. 2-8. We don't count that one. 6-5, 5-5, 5-5. Right here, this is what I'm talking about. 10-0. Graphs, I mean, not good damage right here. 19-4. This is what I'm talking about. 63k damage. I mean, like I said, I'm rushing. These are the items I'm rushing. Leandre's, Spirit, Thornmail, 5-3, 7-6, 23. Like I'm carrying games as Zac, okay? 23, 4, 11-4. Okay, right here, runes. So yeah, I'm going last stand. Like I said, I mean, I'm healing 1,571. $62,000 damage. Okay, like this, I'm not like fronting you guys. I'm not sitting here, oh yeah. Like I know how to play this character. We're working on plat right now. We'll hit plat. But yeah, that's it for the Zac guide overall. If you guys have any more questions, comments, or if I missed anything, guys, you have like a little secret hidden Zac trick that maybe I don't even know about, let me know. And oh yeah, also you can teleport still to blobs. So when Zach dies, you can teleport onto that blob. But I don't think it makes it. It used to make it invincible or invulnerable. So it's almost like always Zach would get up, but I don't think it's that case anymore. But yep, that's, I mean, pretty much all I got. All of my tricks, tips, and stuff for Zach. Appreciate everybody here. And if you guys want, you know, like a full jungle guide or any other champion, you know, just let me know. And you know, say something, what's up, whatever in the comments. Hit that like button. And if you guys want to see me live playing Zach, guys, I'm live every night playing League of Legends Monday through Thursday, 12 a.m. EST on Twitch and YouTube. And Friday through Sunday, we do variety streams, pretty much whatever game, community, I pick, whatever. We've been playing Expedition 33, Kingdom Hearts, Enshrouded, stuff like that. So, okay. Appreciate everybody. Have a great night. Peace.